Subject I'd like to discuss, which is quite a contentious issue and tends to hurt a lot of people's feelings, is the fact that, or the statement I'm going to make, that bodybuilding is not a sport.
Yeah.
A lot of people use that as sort of a surreptitious insult to sort of try and get under bodybuilders' skins. But true bodybuilders completely shrug that off because, you know, my response to those people is, I agree with you 100%, bodybuilding is not a sport. Bodybuilding is a lifestyle.
Yeah.
And you are either inherently a bodybuilder or you're not.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that you're a better person for being a bodybuilder or not.
Yeah.
But unless you live that lifestyle day in and day out, and not merely when you feel like practicing it.
Yeah, or prepping. It's not a 12-week facade.
100%. You may tighten the screws for 12
Yeah.
to 16 weeks prior to an event or a competition. But if you are inherently a bodybuilder, it is all-consuming. It's extremely self-serving. It's extremely self-centered.
Yeah.
Um,
Especially if you want to be the best you can and you want to take it all the way.
For sure. But, you know, bodybuilding is one of those endeavors where you can only reach complete and utter excellence if you have unequivocal, single-minded sacrifice. And don't think that complete excellence in that sport translates to happiness. Okay? If you're searching for extreme happiness in your life,
Bodybuilding is probably not the
unless
you, wanna go down
you are a specimen like a Jay Cutler or a Phil Heath,
there. Ronnie Coleman.
that's a person of contention to discuss, because you look at him now, barely able to walk and things like that, although he would have it no other way.
Yeah.
Is that the type of happiness that someone
Yeah.
really wants?
Is it worth it?
Bodybuilding is not about happiness,
Yeah.
okay? And bodybuilding is not about health in any way, means, or form. So the biggest thing I hate are double standards and hypocrisy
Yeah.
in all industries. But the double standards and hypocrisy in the fitness industry for people taking swings and fat shaming obese people and obese models, who I don't support at all, don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but under the guise of that's so unhealthy.
Okay.
I don't resonate with plus size models and that whole sort of culture. I mean, no disrespect, it's just not my cup of tea, because I'm of the opinion that we shouldn't reward mediocrity.
Yeah.
You can argue the semantics over and over again about what is healthy and what isn't healthy with regards to plus size models. Now, I'm putting that in inverted commas because a lot of the people that say they're plus size are definitely not plus size. They're,
they're obese.
plus. They're
Yeah.
obese.
Yeah.
And if they want to be like that, power to them.
Yeah.
But my qualm with that is that requires zero talent.
Yeah.
Zero talent. All you have
And
to do
zero
is
sacrifice.
100%. You just have to keep your mouth open
Yeah.
and force feed calories into you. So if that's what you want to do, and if that's what you want to exude, and that's the support, and you want to try and garner support for those endeavors, power to you. Fantastic, each to our own. But personally, I find that it's the mediocrity and the talentlessness of that whole idea that is very foreign to me, and I just doesn't resonate with.
Yeah.
Whereas a bodybuilder who is in like a top level, pro elite, pro full stop, elite full stop, physical specimen that competes in the highest echelons of the sport is by no way or means a healthy person.
Definitely not.
That person is riddled to the gills with performance enhancing drugs.
Yeah.
That person lives an exceptional, self-serving, self-centered existence
Yeah.
that involves 100% on how they look.
Yeah. Everything they do on a daily basis.
And the mental aspect of it is not healthy, and the physical aspect of it is not healthy. And I'm not saying that I'm not for that,
Yeah.
okay? But I also need to be honest and transparent and can't be hypocritical.
Yeah.
Because I've lived that lifestyle. I know what it's like. It's extreme. It takes a massive toll on your friendship circle, your business, your relationships, and of course, as I've mentioned many times in this discussion, your health.
I like that based on the fact that people need to actually start understanding that when you get involved in bodybuilding and you start taking performance enhancing drugs and things like that, you're changing the chemistry of your body. There's
Yes.
a lot of changes which are about to happen, and there's a lot of young guys getting involved in the sport which look at it, in terms of, okay, I'm going to work on my appearance or my physique, and I'm going to
Which is fine. If they want to do it, power to them.
Absolutely, I'm not taking that away
Sure.
from anyone, but
We aren't.
understand what you're getting yourself into at the end of the day if you're wanting to take the sport as far as it can go. in your
Yeah,
personal
something
capacity.
I chatted to someone about the other day was, people, I always laugh at people who say, oh, if I took steroids, I'd also look like that.
No.
People must be under no illusion of the fact that steroids is not an easy way out. It's a hard way in.
Absolutely.
And what I mean by that is what you have to do in your personal capacity to make the decision to enter that very dark, very self-centered existence, which can also be argued very self-destructive in many ways,
Yeah.
is exceptionally difficult. I mean, let's take some of the trivialities at the top of our head. If you are serious about that and you are going to make the decision to use PEDs, that is going to place much further strain on your finances.
Absolutely.
You're going to be paying the drugs,
Especially
paying for
if
the
you-
drugs.
Especially if you're wanting the right things.
Paying for the right drugs
Yeah.
is expensive. Paying for the right supplements and ancillaries to support your health and mitigate a lot of the adverse
Side effects
health
from
side
the
effects
PEDs.
and the blowback are expensive.
Yeah. Food.
The blood tests,
Yeah.
okay, and the blood panels that are an essential prerequisite of what you're doing. And if you're not doing them, then I have some very bad news for you
Yeah.
about your coach or your ideas of what it means to excel in the sport or in life, okay, which is going to be cut short. Your grocery bill is going to increase because your propensity to synthesize protein will increase.
Yeah.
Your propensity to put on mass will increase. So you'll be eating more food. You'll be taking more supplements. You'll be taking more drugs, okay? The toll it'll take on your social life, because a natural bodybuilder that could otherwise only train a muscle group once or twice a week in smaller volume now has the propensity to train
Twice a
twice
day.
as long, twice as hard, and twice as much, and yield twice as many benefits.
Yeah.
So I always laugh when a natty person is like, "Yeah, I'll just work twice as hard as the guy that's using gear."
Wow, the land of make-believe.
No.
No, you
You're
won't.
gonna have an
You
adverse
can't.
effect,
You
yeah.
could do that. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
But you're gonna
but
go
you're going
backwards.
you're going to break down more muscle tissue than you're synthesizing. Okay. Look at the toll that it's going to have on your social life. When you weren't using bodybuilding PEDs,
Yeah.
and before you made that decision, you went out sort of once or twice a week. You had the odd beer or the
Yeah.
odd glass of wine.
And that's a topic I wanted to discuss.
That's
Again,
it. And if you're serious about being a bodybuilder, you have no business having a beer or two on the weekend.
it's just a beer. It's just a fucking a shot of tequila. It's just going out one night. It doesn't work like that.
And again, I have nothing against people that do that.
Absolutely.
But I just can't understand someone toxing their body out to the extent that they are and still actively smoking or actively using lots of alcohol. I just find that irresponsible.
yeah.
It's irresponsible from a health perspective to be using PEDs and then, to throw alcohol and, in a huge amount of cases in South Africa, recreational drugs
Very common.
and smoking into the mix as well. I don't understand going to gym, pushing yourself to the extent that you are, and having a cigarette when you're on your way out.
Directly after, yeah.
That doesn't make sense to me. Again, if you do that, power to you and
Yeah.
each to our own. But I just don't understand that. So taking PEDs and deciding to go down that path the right way is a hard way in. It's not the easy way out. People are like, oh, if I took steroids, I'd also look like that person. I'm like, sure, if you took steroids, you'd also be a multi-millionaire actor and a politician in California and the best, and the governator and 7-time Mr. Olympia.
Yeah.
I'm sure if you took steroids, you'd win the Tour de France next week.
Yes.
Go on then. Make it happen. And I'm not in support of steroids. I think anyone that knows me and follows me on social media will see how outspoken I am, particularly on my Monday Q&As.
Yeah.
Whoever chats to me, I'm against the use of PEDs and steroids. Unless someone has made the decision of their own volition to pursue that lifestyle
Yeah.
purely in pursuit of single-minded sacrifice and excellence. Otherwise, I'm not interested in entertaining it.
Yeah.
We always get those inboxes 6 weeks out of Ultra. How's it, but I want to take some fucking D-ball and some clenbuterols to harden up for the show. What do you think? It blows my mind. So you want to use an exceptionally hepatotoxic drug, okay?
Just before you're about to get drunk and take recreational drugs. Yeah.
I just don't have time for that.
Smart.
Yeah. So if you want to use steroids,
What do
power to you. If you're vehemently against steroids, power to you. And we're just merely laying the cards
As
on
they
the
are.
table as they are and as
Yeah.
they lie, and just discussing it. But multiple topics we've discussed. First of all, although I do not support nor condone this whole body positivity movement, I don't do it because I don't believe in lauding talentless individuals.
Yes.
Not because of the health ramifications that may or may not be commensurate with those respective
Yeah.
athletes and public figures.
It's just the
That's
lack
a whole
of,
other
it's the lack
kettle
of
of fish.
fierce. Like,
It's talent. It's boring.
yeah.
Bodybuilders are arguably the most unhealthy. I don't want to say the word athlete because it's not a sporting area, but
No.
it's not a healthy pursuit by any stretch of the imagination.
Absolutely.
And infinitely more unhealthy than someone that's just obese
Yeah.
for a plethora of reasons. Yes, if you are deciding to compete in bodybuilding and to take performance enhancing drugs, you can do it in a far more intelligent and structured way, as I said earlier, to mitigate potential adverse side effects and blowback.
Yes.
But you still need to be under no illusion of the fact that you are putting strain on your body and you're taking years off your life. And if you're not prepared to do that, you have no business putting a needle in your bum or popping a D-ball. And that's all I've got to say on that.